saved lives. Soccer saved my family's life. I will never forget when my father told my brother and I that if it wasn't for soccer, he'd be dead or lost in drugs. He told us that he left the house at a really young age and struggled in the streets because he was afraid to go back home thinking his mother wouldn't accept him. He started playing soccer, which helped him avoid the use of drugs and alcohol. He wanted to keep my brother and I from committing the same mistakes, so he introduced us to a sport that we now have so much love for. As a young kid, I always played video games. Who else can relate to that? Thankfully, for my two cousins who dragged me out of the house, out of my comfort zone, just to play soccer. Now, at first, I wasn't good. I was a kid who tried to trap the ball, but the ball kept rolling under me. My cousin once told me, it takes skill, time, and practice to get better every day. I reflected to what my cousin had told me, and I went to the park by myself and used all the drills he had told me to use. And when I would come back home, my cousin told me, Angel, what drills did you do today? And I told him, well, I did zigzags, bunny hops, 1-2 touch, and also throwing the ball up to the air and controlling when it comes back down. He would give me a daily schedule of what drills to do. And by the time I noticed, I was almost as good as him. Soccer inspired me to become a better person in life and make good choices. Because of him, I'm not in the couch no more. I take more opportunities now and practice teamwork. Thank you for listening to our 2 anecdotes about why we became passionate for soccer. This winter, my colleague and I decided to volunteer at the Jackie Robinson YMCA and inspire kids in our community to become passionate for soccer. Good morning, teachers, staff, honored guests, class of 2016, and Director Referral. My name is Angel Martinez.
My name is Elias,
and welcome to our senior talk, Kicking It with Kids. Participation in sports can have a huge positive impact on a child's self-esteem, confidence, social skills, and last but not least, their academic success. As you can see on the left side of this graph, there's a picture of the brain after sitting quietly. And on the right side, there's a picture of the brain after a 20-minute walk. Now, you can see that after sitting quietly, there's not much activity going on. However, after a 20-minute walk, you can see much more activity happening. So now, if a 20-minute walk can do that to our brain, now imagine what an hour of playing soccer can do to our brain. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we did for our Shorter Journey project. We trained 9 kids total, 5 boys and 4 girls, ages 8 and 9 at the Jackie Robinson YMCA. Every Monday and Wednesday for about 3 months from 5 to 6 p.m. Now, we weren't able to choose our soccer team name, but our team is Junior Chaos. And to be honest, they're really chaotic. Now you might be wondering how we became coaches. The application process was complex. We participated in the professional development required for working with kids at the YMCA. Learning consisted of an online child abuse prevention training followed by an assessment. We also received a packet about equipment logistics, age-appropriate drills for the kids, and we also received a schedule for the season. Angel and I contacted parents weekly to remind them of practice and to bring snacks for the kids. Now, at first, I'm not able to control my 9-year-old brother. So I thought to myself, if I can't control my 9-year-old brother, will these kids listen to me? These words went away once we got to know each other. They were actually really cool kids. For the most part, the kids listened, for the the most part. After the first practice, I wasn't comfortable because I thought the kids would disrespect me. So I let Elias do the practice. But for some reason, just being with the kids, who would always ask us how we were doing, made me realize that I could connect with them. I started goofing around with them, which built their respect. We also like scrimmaging with the kids, which was a great way of connecting with them. Now, let's take a moment and look at our team, Junior Chaos. Enjoy.
1, 2, 3, Chaos!
When it came to our season record, we weren't the best team. We had 4 wins, 1 tie, and 4 losses. However, for the last 2 games, we defeated our opponent team by 7 goals. Angel and I were proud of the kids because, like Director Overall says, it's not how you start the game, it's how you finish. One of our athletes that had a lasting impression on us is Matthew. Matthew is quiet and shy, but would constantly show up to practices and games. Because he was so shy, we made an extra effort on him to have responsibilities to get him out of his shell. For example, there was one day at practice when the whole team was running laps and Audrey, our goalkeeper, couldn't breathe anymore because of her asthma. Matthew enthusiastically ran up to her and he told her, "You got this," all on his own. It made me feel happy because he had kept in mind everything Elias and I had told him, like a mentor. Now it's nice to feel like someone looks up to you. I had only ever felt this from my brother, but now I feel like Matthew and the whole team looks up to us too. I remember on the last game of our season, when he came up to me with his parents and he thanked me saying, "Thank you for all that advice you have given me and my teammates. I really appreciate it." Now, this made me feel joy because I didn't feel that I could make such an impact on Matthew. Now, the impact that I had on my brother is normal because I'm his older brother and he looks up to me already. Now, the impact on Matthew felt real to him. He sees both of us as role models. When I first met with the kids, I was nervous because I didn't know what to expect. Once I introduced myself, I had them do an activity where they would pass the ball around, say their name, and their favorite position to play. I noticed we had a kid for every position, except goalie. So I asked the kids, who would like to volunteer to be the goalie for our season? And to my surprise, Audrey volunteered. After the first practice, I saw a lot of potential in her. Angel and I decided to split up. I would take the goalie and have her do goalie drills, and he would take the kids and have them practice on their passing skills. By the end of the season, Audrey became a really good goalie. Everyone in the sidelines would say, "Wow, she's a really good goalie." And she really is, as you previously saw in the video. This experience made me feel joy. Every time we showed up to the games,
The kids would come with so much energy, and just watching their parents cheering them on made me wonder if that's how I made my parents feel when I was their age. As a kid, I played soccer at that same YMCA, and just knowing that I was now giving back to the YMCA by coaching 8 and 9-year-olds made me feel good. And that boy you see right there with the blue shirt, that's me. Cute, ain't I? You're funny. The coach was my dad, and the boy you see in the red shirt, that's my brother. Although we had great kids, we faced some difficulties. One day after our game, the opponent team's coach came up to me and said that my kids had bad sportsmanship. He said my kids were saying, "Boo, you guys suck," laughing and sticking their tongues out. I apologized and thanked him for letting me know what was going on. On our next practice, I told the kids about the complaint, and of course, like any other kid would, they said, "No, we didn't do that." I changed what we had planned for that practice, and instead gave them a short talk. I told them about Gompers Preparatory Academy, and how we have a rule that says, if you win, don't brag, if you lose, don't show anger. It made me happy when on their next match, they said good game to their opponents.
The passion my colleague and I have for soccer is to inspire young kids in our community to try something new and practice teamwork. We encourage the people in our community, that could be anyone in this room, to do the same. While our presentation focused on coaching a local soccer team, inspiring kids is not limited to soccer.
We encourage you to unleash your passions and to be the building blocks and motivations to our younger kids. These passions could be anything from art, singing, drama, and even other sports. When we help children develop these passions, we help them create an identity and dreams. Soccer is our passion.
What is yours? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming today, and this concludes our senior talk.